Bro, I'm with
And
you
we're
100%
live.
on everything.
It's frustrating.
And we're live. Welcome back to the DJ Life Podcast.
I'll let him
Everybody
do
stop talking shit. Here we go.
I'll
We're
let him
live.
do the intro. I'm gonna let you talk. I was talking, but I'm gonna let you talk.
I'm going to let you talk to get the New Jersey going. Ladies and gentlemen, it's DJ Rick Webb. It's Erik Massengale. And our special guest tonight, DJ Barr.
What's up, everybody? What's happening? What's going on?
Yeah, we talking DJ Biz today.
I just realized both you guys are wearing like logo stuff. That's a Barr logo. I'd know because I have the shirt myself.
Yes.
And then the V Motos, right?
The V Motos, yeah. Oh, yeah, my headphones got the logos, yeah. I just couldn't find another pair of earbuds, to be honest. I don't like wearing these for this stuff.
It's
But
fine. This is great. I'm great.
yeah, what's up? Barr, how you doing over there in New Jersey?
I'm snowed in. Life's good, though. Everything's
what
good
is-
here in
what's-
Jersey. How's everything over there in North Carolina? How are you guys?
Do you guys shut down when it snows up there? Because you're northern, so you guys have like salt
I mean,
trucks and shit.
we get snows not pretty frequently, but I mean we're capable of handling snowstorms. But this one was it was kind of a big one, so we did have like things shut down. People canceled weddings, and yeah, it was kind of a rough one. This past snow that we had, but
Yeah,
we'll be all right. We'll
we
be
had
all
a
right.
big one too for where
For
we
here,
are.
yeah. It's nothing like up north. But anyways, DJ Biz.
DJ
How
business.
I believe we made the topic how to grow your DJ business. So I guess the best thing would be to talk about kind of where we started, maybe, or where we're at now. I don't know. We're winging
Yeah,
this,
let's-
people.
Yeah. Development, cool.
Development.
I mean, for me, my whole thing is automation, dude. It's funny. I tell people this when I'm doing like a consult trying to convince you to pay me to do your automation, but it's like such a truthful thing, and they're always like, "Wow, you're just being so honest." I'm like, "Well, it's true," but I literally. So I mean, we're okay at DJing too, so we like held it down once we got the gigs, but I just gave the knot and wedding wire like as much money as they would take from me at the time that I could afford, and funneled that through automation. At the time, I wasn't selling it, but I had it, you know, and that was the entire equation. There was no more to it. You know what I mean? It was just like, and button click, and now we got 200 fucking gigs,
That's crazy. Especially.
Wait. Walk me through that. So, you started by yourself, or you were always a multi-op? You kind of just said, "I'm going to be a multi-op."
So I was DJing in nightclubs, and I was doing. So my buddy, who was DJing at a strip club, actually, he like asked if he could crash at my house one time because he was like in town. He came over and he was like doing a wedding the next day. He told me he was making $600 or $800. I can't remember what it was, but way more money than I had ever heard off a DJ gig because I was making $200, $300, at a club. And I was like, "You're making $800 for a 5-hour fucking job? What?" And so I immediately was like, well, that's the move immediately. For the next year, probably not even full year, I tried to do weddings. I did like maybe 10 for just like my friends because I would, people knew I was a DJ. I'd been DJing for like 8 or 10 years at that point.
Yeah.
And so I did those, and then the very next year we did like 220 weddings as a multi-op.
How many people did you have at that time? Doing 220. What was that? Like, what, 5?
There were 4 plus me.
So 5.
Yeah.
5 in total.
Yeah.
Doing
And I was
220.
DJing at the time. So we
Yeah,
had 5.
you were.
Wait, so how many weddings did you book for yourself before you went like multi-op? And you're like, all right, it's time to bring in some guys in.
I mean, that, like I said, I did probably like 10 that first year. I don't know exactly because I wasn't keeping track.
So you were always just a multi-op then? You just like, all right, I'm trying to bring in
pretty
some guys.
much you could see it as I was always a multi-op.
Did you have like because see, with me, when I started DJing, I was like a club DJ too, and I had no idea multi-ops were even a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like you had a template, you knew of like that world then, because for me that was all foreign to me. I just thought it was just guys working out of their garage every weekend. I didn't know it was like, I didn't realize it was so organized. I didn't realize you could grow it to like $1 million business more or less.
I met a a company in Ohio from Facebook, just talking shit on Facebook.
Yeah.
Byron Gunter, his company is Buckeye Entertainment. He did a Mobile Beat speech one time and it popped off, and that's how. Yeah. And but I met him on Facebook. We clicked because he's a funny kind of asshole guy type, just like me. We clicked as friends, so he invited me down to Ohio, and he has like I'm talking a multi-op with the screws are tight. Like that is just everyone's W-2'd. They've got their systems. It's
a well-oiled machine.
Oh my God. Talk about a machine. And I stayed the weekend and I just kind of learned about it that way. And I don't do it. When I was super new, I did it as close to his thing as I could, just because I didn't know anything else. And as I've gone, I've realized, this has to change for me and this has to change for me. And now we're not quite even similar anymore, but that's how we started.
So when did the automation come in where it was like, okay, like, is it just like the leads were just getting too much, so you started funnel, or you always had some sort of automation?
How did you figure that out? Like, did you just stumble across DJ Event Planner? Did someone like dabble, teach you a little bit?
Because I'm a subscriber of Erik. I have his system, but like, I guess the question is like, do you equate it all to like the automation? But a lot of your automation is the follow up, right? Because like I feel like a lot of guys, that's where that's where, like, for me, for example, before I got your system, there was zero follow up. It was like the lead's dead. That's
the thing is, and this is me in an automation consult explaining, is what I tell people. There's different parts of automation yield different results. The first, so there's 3 stages of a client lifespan.
Oh, interesting.
Right. So there's from contact until they book a phone call with you, and that could be in that process, a lead goes from freezing cold to hot. And that is an entire process, however you achieve that. So that would be the first process. That is also the money-making process. And that, a lot, automation people fall short, like you just said. A lot of people have the idea of, I'm gonna follow up 2 times, and if they don't want to book me, then fuck them. And it's like, all right, well, I'll take their money, fuck you.
Yeah,
that's my outlook. And if that works for you,
like
then so be it. But that wasn't my approach. I just talk bluntly. But anyways, so that's the first. Second is the entire phone call to signing a contract and collecting the first payment.
All right.
The entire contracting phase. Now that can be money making depending on your aggression level. Cause it's still a money making process for us because no one knows we're about to send them a contract. If we get you on the phone, my salesperson, it is a rule to send a contract if they want it or not. And then our follow-ups take over and they convince them to sign the contract because it adds all this urgency. Like they didn't realize we're like, oh, well, we got you for 7 days, and you got 7 days to pay us and blah, blah, blah. And we wind up pulling signatures out of people that had no intention of signing. They were just trying to see what's up on the phone.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's the next step. And then the third entire step to the client lifespan is just after the first payment is collected, they're officially booked until the gig happens and you collect a review. That's the third. And that's not a money-making process, but that is where most larger companies are saving the most money with automation in that third realm.
Yeah, but because I feel like most companies had that. Like even before I met you, that sort of automation, like getting payments, getting just getting like the post booking was like the automation that I think most companies already have in place. Like, hey, fill out, let's meet up. Hey, that sort of stuff. I think the problem is like, as far as like growing a business, is what to do with your leads. I think that's like where people struggle. That's like, because
getting the leads.
Mostly just.
Well, getting the leads is a different ball game.
Well, yeah.
What I just said is like the funnel you
Yeah,
throw
you-
all your leads into. Now, if you can't get any leads into this funnel, it's useless. You know, and that's
He who
where
controls the leads controls the business, controls the game.
and
it's a leads game.
That's kind of why I was looping back to like Eric's first statement that he like literally paid the wedding wire the knot the most amount of money that he would allow him to pay to get the most amount of leads, pretty much.
Yeah, it was just
to throw him in a funnel.
I didn't know what, because when you're new, you hear people all the time, oh, fuck wedding wire, fuck the knot, whatever. Well, and I get it, but my perspective is, if you're capable of booking yourself full without those, okay, well, those leads, they're worth the least. You know, other than Facebook, because Facebook leads are worth the serious least. But like a direct referral from a planner or a coordinator that trusts you, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter what you charge. If a coordinator tells their couple hire this DJ,
they're gonna hire him.
Whatever the cost is irrelevant. And like a super established company, that's how they're able to charge these. I'll call them premium high prices and whatnot. Now, we aren't banking on that, and yes, we have those connections at this point, but me as a brand new company that is going off of literally nothing, we've got like 15 reviews, you know, and no coordinators telling you to hire. It's just like, oh, I clicked on you on the knot. So our pricing has to be in a certain range, and I'm also not collecting leads from any other source.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a problem that I have, like, with the entire mobile DJ, industry as a whole. Just because everybody's like always on Facebook, like, oh, this person's cheap. Oh, this person's this. It's like
it's an arbitrary.
Bro, it's not an arbitrary. Well, it's not an arbitrary number that you just pull out. Like, the thing is, like, get what you can, to fucking get your
right.
Because not everybody. It's not like I see some guys saying, okay, every DJ needs to charge at least $1,000, but
you can't.
The thing is, some guys aren't worth $1,000, and if you're just starting out, you have 0 different reviews, you have no website. It's just you're working out of your bedroom. It's like your Saturday thing. You're not gonna get those $2,000, $3,000 jobs. So it's just like it's not an arbitrary number. Like, and I feel like a lot of like the leaders in the industry, they just push like, oh, you know what? Everybody just charge $2,000. We need everybody
honestly,
charging
dude,
this, and it just
if
that's
you
not
think
how
about
it works.
The people that people actually look up to, the Joe Bunn example, Brian B, the dudes. I've never heard those dudes say you should charge $2,500. You know what I mean? Like the people that are like verbatim, you need to charge $3,000 or you're cheap. Those people, they might have it going on behind the scenes. I don't know, but no one's looking up to that person. That person's clearly kind of a dick. like that's all. Like
most of the people in that position they realize where they came from and what they had to struggle through in terms of. When you're young like that and you don't have leads and whatnot, one of your biggest assets is your price to try and get events.
Exactly, bro. Because for me, in particular, like for me now, like where I was at 4 years ago and where I'm at now, it's like nowhere. It's like two different worlds.
Right.
But I did my fair share of free gigs, my fair share of $100 gigs,
you put
my
in
fair
the
share of
footwork.
$200 gigs.
Exactly.
So I just don't know why these guys come out and say shit like that, where it's just like, starting out in business is like you're gonna fucking eat shit. You're gonna pay your dues.
Dude,
I don't get where they come out with these arbitrary numbers like everybody charge this.
When we started, we were charging $600. I think it went up to $800 depending. But that is so, as you know, not a lot. You know what I mean? Like we're a new world. But the reason is because we had 5 reviews. I don't know how many reviews we had, but we had like no reviews. We're only getting leads from the internet, and they have nothing to go off of other than these 10 reviews and our pictures and our website.
Exactly.
And it's like I don't have the clout or whatever you want to call it, the reputation to be like, yo, it's gonna be $2,000, and them just be like thumbs up. It would have never happened, and we would have fucked ourselves. But because I charged what I could, which just wasn't that much, but it was enough to function at the time. That's what we did. We then did a billion weddings. We got a bunch of reviews, and then we were able to go up to 1,200. And then we did it again, and we got a bunch more reviews. And now we're able to go up to this. You know what I mean? And we built our way to the price that we charged.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's a roller coaster.
It's a slow grind.
Yeah.
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 It's
Going up the
not
slope.
like it's not you wake up one day, somebody tells you like, oh, go charge this much. It's just that's not how it works.
Right.
Exactly.
And stepping back on that wedding wire and knot thing, one of the reasons why DJs hate it is because they see it as bookings, and it's not bookings, it's leads. And
There's a percentage.
Oh,
D-
I see
yeah,
so many people.
DJs don't know
I
what
don't
the
get-
hell a lead is.
I
They're
got
like, oh,
50
they
leads.
didn't respond. I'm like, bro, it's a lead. It's not like they're gonna book you. They didn't. That,
It's the
that
most
message,
raw.
hey, we found you on Wedding Wire.
It's
not
probably
a
one of the
booking.
most raw leads you can ever get because, like 90% of them, they didn't click on you first. It's like they clicked on you or they clicked on another company and it said, "How about these other 8?" And you're like, "Yes," and it just sends
Yeah.
these mass
Yeah, the
emails.
thing
It's
is
like
you're-
Amazon, exactly. People who ask this company, they also ask this company.
Right.
You know?
It puts you up next to your competition and it gives you a fair battle for that lead.
Very
now,
true.
if that lead's only criteria box to check is if you are $1,200 or whatever price, well, if you charge $1,500, by default you lose. Period. So it doesn't even matter. And then this dude's all confused like, I got 50 leads and I don't book shit off the knot. It's like, well, you charged double what your competition's charging. Your competition booked all of them or like most of, and sometimes I'll look cuz I just want to see what the fuck. And like there's like no pictures, there's no like they didn't fill out all the stuff. They don't look good and they're charging a lot. We have the full package. Sometimes when we quote people, they're like, "Wow, like I had no idea I clicked this thinking I wasn't going to be able to afford it, because our branding and our website looks so good. And then our prices, I mean, they're not like crazy cheap, but they're definitely not the most expensive,
Same. Yeah.
So we win a lot.
So, question for everyone. I wrote it down just as a good thing for everyone. What is the best? It's two questions in one. So, what is the best thing you've done in terms of marketing to get more leads from a free standpoint and from a paid standpoint? So, like for me, from a free standpoint, it's just every single event, like buttering up and brown nosing the shit out of pretty much every vendor that is at the fucking event. That's the best free one. From a paid standpoint, it's been kind of like what Eric said, just paying a shitload of money to the wedding wire and the knot to get as many leads to funnel through the process as you can.
Yeah, I mean, my answers are probably the same. Other than not bombing gigs while you're doing them,
that's a good one too.
Other than when you're
do
not,
a good job,
right? But assuming you do a good job, I mean, my automation does the vendor networking. That was a huge thing because now, it'll email the vendors like however many times, like
I
every
set
vendor
that
you
up
work.
too.
Nice.
I was able to set that up.
Good.
Yeah.
It's helpful. And it shakes hands guaranteed with every single vendor. And yeah, like the ones, because I don't change the templates often enough and I should, but whatever. Like the ones we work with all the time, they are like, all right, this is awesome.
They're like, I get the gist, Eric.
I get it. Like you reach out every single time. But the new ones, I mean, it just implants us in their brain. And
Yeah, they're impressive. They're
we're on top of so many lists just due to that, and that was free. And then paid. I don't really opt out of any paid opportunity anymore because now that I can find DJs.
DJs are not your limitation anymore.
Yeah, and I mean
Really? That's because I feel like that's
to a
like
certain extent.
such a hindrance, especially for a multi-op, is like finding the talent. Like,
well,
that's
I
not a
mean-
problem that you have. Like where the fuck am I gonna get all these DJs to cover these dates? You have no problem with that?
Well, I mean, so to a certain extent, like right now, we have 15 DJs. But the thing is, we can only book 15 jobs on certain dates. You know what I mean? So it's not like I don't have 100 DJs to book anyways. I can't. I'm
So May
I'm
28th.
incapable of booking 100 jobs. in a
Have you
single day.
had a 15 gig day?
Yeah.
You have?
Like already?
What's that like? Are you fucking
have-
stressed out all day?
We have that. Oh, yeah. I mean, we didn't have 15 DJs until this year, but we'll have about 25 days with 15.
That's crazy, dude.
That is actually insane.
We have it booked already. Like it's in advance in like October and like a couple November dates that'll happen on.
Yeah.
And like September, like the second half of the year. Those
Yeah.
haven't played out yet, but they're
Yeah.
going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even need to. And so we opt into all the wedding shows. If it's like a local 2-hour radius wedding show, I'm going to purchase it. Even if it's 3 gigs we get off of it, which we will because my follow-up kills everyone else's. It's worth it. And we really do those for the non-peak dates, like the Fridays and the Sundays. Because if I have 15 DJs, I'll just, anything is worth it.
I am a huge believer in like marketing. It's such a cliche. People say like you got to spend money to make money, but it's like so true when you're actually in it and you're like trying to get these leads. Like going back to what Erik said, I was just like this year in particular, I was just trying to see what I could get at a wedding wire or not because I was like, I need a big ad, and it's just me,
right?
And and I was trying to convey that to obviously try to get a good deal because a lot of these leads are not going to be able to book me. So I was trying to convey that somebody's like, hey, like because it's just me, I don't need all those leads, but I need to be competing with those big dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went all in. I took out a huge ad with like Wedding Wire and the Knot, and that shit's stressful, but you kind of have to go all in because I see a lot of these DJs. They're like, oh, I get all my word of mouth, and it's just like, how can you fill up a full year? It's like the people, I'll give
if you
recommendations
can,
too,
then you can,
but they're not going to fill up my calendar. It's impossible. They're not. It's just not going to happen. So like,
and also some of those DJs are referring to a full calendar as 25 dates, because
Exactly.
those are the
30.
dates.
A full calendar for me is 100.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first year that I DJ'd as the multi-op, I think I did like 85 gigs myself,
Yeah.
Because it was majority was going to me. I was booking myself first, and then I would book the other DJs. I worked myself into the fucking ground that year, but I was training the other people, and at the end of that year we were up to 8, and that's when things like really took off.
Yeah. What?
What have you done free wise, Barr? Any free tips for marketing?
Not really, man. Like I've done my fair share. Like for example, like this Christmas I did like a couple of brides sometimes recommend me to their jobs for like holiday parties. And I'll just do the job, I'll kind of like they're like, oh, our budget isn't much. And I know they're not ripping me off because sometimes I might have done their wedding. So, I'll do the job. And like some of these shitty BS parties, I'll just kind of go and stay face, because you want those people repping you,
Right.
you want them recommending you. So you might have to do a couple of those shitty gigs.
Well, the only way you're going to have people telling about you, telling their friends about you, or rebooking you is if you did it in the first place,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's
So
footwork.
sometimes you just gotta, you gotta, just do it more or less. But yeah, the free stuff, I can't really think of it because it's just like doing a good job, hoping you get a referral, but it's not something that I'm expecting from every single bride, Once I do a gig, I might never see them ever again. That's
Right.
it. The business is done. And like, sometimes I hear people say, oh, these people go up to bat for us. There's some brides and some couples that I've worked with that, like my photos, they're all ride or die. There's some couples that, leave me 5-star reviews, and then after the wedding's over,
Never.
they don't follow me and I never hear from them again.
Right.
It's
We're
just like,
majority
that
of
was
that,
a wedding
honestly.
thing, and they're done with it. They're moving on.
Yeah, and that's fine. I try to push our entire mindset towards one and dones. Because if I can book one and dones and then be happy, they got to be, leave us a good review and shit. But if I can keep us thriving on just one and dones, then all of the other people are just icing on the cake,
Yes, agree. I'd much prefer to do like a new wedding than doing some like. It's not that I don't like repeat customers. It's just that they've seen kind of the mystique. They kind of see how I work, and like it's very difficult. Like it's. There's a lot of overlap, especially if they're like your friends, same friend groups and stuff like that. I feel like there's more pressure on those weddings where like they recommended me or like a bunch of people were in the bridal party. I'm like, okay, I gotta do something different and kind of wow these people. And I feel like it's like a little bit more pressure, and it's like
I hate friend weddings. Honestly, like I'm obviously happy my friends are getting married, but I'm not trying to. I don't want to DJ your wedding. I don't want to provide a DJ for your wedding. Anytime I get a message from like some kind of Facebook, like, oh, we went to middle school together.
I'm kind of the same way.
Looking for a DJ. Like, can you quote me? I'm just like, here's a link to set up a call with my sales guy.
Nice part about mine is I live 7 hours from where I grew up. So all the guys getting married back there, they're like, Rick, you still do the DJ thing? I see you're in North Carolina. And I'm like, yeah, so it'll be at least $1,000 in travel to get me to come up there. And they're like, oh, okay. We'll see what other people around. It's like, like, I mean, if you're willing to pay it, I'll do it. Can you
recommend anybody?
Yeah, and then I'm like, I have no idea who's up there. Barr, were you kind of talking about like the same bride friend groups where like you get the wedding party and it becomes a little more stressful because they were at that previous wedding?
Exactly. Yeah.
I know what you talk. Yes, I've ran into that. I've started to run into that a lot with a lot of the newer bookings I'm getting. At least for me personally, where like they followed me on Instagram at the wedding and now they reached out for their wedding. I've done a few of them so far, and it works if they bring the same like party crowd. But I'm waiting for that one that they don't.
That exact same crowd. Yeah. So I've actually had that happen a couple of times where I did this wedding. It was like freaking banger. It was like crazy nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And like their friend, one of their friends was in the bridal party, and they were like, hey man, we need you to do the exact same thing that you did at their wedding. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm like, I'm assuming it's the same friends group, bro. It was not the same wedding.
Yeah.
Obviously you're going to have some friends overlap, but it's not everybody's the same.
Yeah.
And man, that wedding was tough to get through.
Yeah,
it's just not
like
the same
Mumford
crowd.
and Sons
not
people.
the same show. And the whole time I'm like, oh, fuck, they're going to be comparing this wedding to the other one. Oh, and it's just, I hate that.
It's like good and bad because like all the ones that were at the previous wedding, they're like so hyped because they like come into it ready to party, which is good. Like you don't have to break them in as easy, but like also you got to hope that everyone else is on board. Exactly. Otherwise it's going to be problems. But
I just laugh like when like we'll get a lead and they're like, I want, DJ Joe Schmo. Like they did my friend's wedding and it was absolutely blah, blah, like awesome. They're like, I got to have him. And I'm like, I mean, that's great. I'm like, fuck yeah. All right. That's cool. But I'm laughing because it's like, dude, we do the same shit every single fucking time. Like, you know what I mean? Like I could shuffle, I could dice roll the DJ and it's going to be the same shit. Like, I'm sure I get a lot of hate for saying that, but it's just true. Like, you play the songs you think they're gonna like. That's the equation. Like, you know what I mean? Like the DJ set, it depends on what's happening. It's not like you can copy and paste that same DJ set, like you said, and it work. And any DJ is just gonna do the best he can in the moment to make you dance, give or take the criteria you have to follow. But like, and I don't know. Anytime I get that, I'm just like, all right, I guess, whatever.
So I guess the overall message for growing your business if you're starting out, well, assuming you're already a good DJ and you already got some good content online for people to view. Marketing's first. But as soon after you market, the next step is just to follow up your ass on every lead you get to some degree.
Well, any DJ starting out is like fucking learn sales, because that is like my kryptonite. Like I feel like I got everything down. Like for me in this business, I'm like so confident in my product, but I don't know how to convey it to people. Like I don't know how to tell them. I'm like, listen, you got to go with me because I'm fucking gonna rock your wedding. It's just that comes with sales, and some people have it, and some people don't, and I don't fucking have it. When it comes to sales, I just choke. Like I was just on a sales call before this one. They were like, so tell us a little bit about yourself. What'd you do?"
I hate that. I hate that.
Like those,
if someone says that, I'd like, well, this isn't gonna work.
This is.
I'm just like, oh my god. I'm like, I suck at this. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna fucking rock your wedding. You don't worry about what I've done, what I will do, or whatever. But like, it's like the thing. It's like if you have that, like. It's a little bit of like being able to BS people, just like kind of
just a little bit,
shit, just kind of like BSing them. If you can keep them on the line, just kind of bullshitting.
The problem,
you're gonna do great. The problem is I'm like zero BS. I just like tell them, I'm like, all right, this is our lighting. You want it? No? Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
I suck at sales, man.
It's good to have it's good to make sure that you're in control of the meeting during the sales meeting. Like have this is what we're going to talk about front to back until the call is over, and you have it mapped out.
Yeah.
Because the second they take over, you're at a disadvantage. Even if you have the answers to their questions, you're at a disadvantage, and you're not controlling the situation, which is never a good place to be in sales.
So the problem I have in my meetings is
funny.
like sometimes, like especially with Zoom, because before I was doing like a hybrid of like some people come in, some people do Zoom. Now I've just completely switched to Zoom.
Yeah.
Some people are like so dry, bro, or like some people have kids crying in the background.
I hate it when you try and be funny. You'll like make a little joke, and they're just like crickets.
Bro,
like they're just
people
like,
are so
don't say
dry,
shit.
man.
They're like,
It's
yeah,
fucking
so
horrible.
yeah.
And I don't know, man. I really want to like take like a sales course. I want to see like other DJs sell, because I want to like, I don't know. I just want to see what the fuck they do, because that's something that I struggle with. I'm not comfortable with my presentation. I don't know if it's good or bad. I have nothing to compare it to, because I think we can all see a DJ's performance like on their Instagram and like, okay, that's kind of what he does, but like, let me see how he got the gig. That's like something I've become more and more fascinated with. I'm like, all right, what's his sales funnel? Like, how's this?
That's like everyone. That's
So,
like everyone's
that's
secret
what I
sauce.
actually care about.
To
Yeah,
some degree. That's like the most sacred thing that people will like hold on to.
I mean,
unless you're Eric, you just sell it.
Yeah, or not even like. So I don't tell people. I'm about to in 2 seconds here, but I don't in the automation stuff. I don't tell them what to do after they get the call. It's just everything else.
Yeah.
But we built a DJ
Bro,
event.
that is like, you could sell that, because that's some shit I would buy, because
A DJ sales course.
well, that's the problem. Like, nobody has that, and the problem is like DJs, they'll sign up for wedding wire, and like I was saying, they think it's a booking. It's not a booking. It's a lead. You have their contact info. Now you have to go figure out how to fucking get
right.
them
Now
on
you
the
gotta do
book.
the legwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's where everybody chokes.
Joe
You can
Bunn.
go see you could go see a gig log and see what they do. You can go, but like,
They've done
you
the
can't see
by
like
the
a
time I'm telling
conversation.
you.
Like,
by
I want to see the Zoom meeting.
By
I want to
the-
see like somebody.
Eric's
sit
about
in their
to
Zoom
Eric's
meeting
about
and
to
see
break
what
it
they
down.
do.
Yeah, by the time they talk to you, they've already looked at all your shit. They know everything about you that they care to know. They've opted because of all that shit to talk
join.
to you.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Yes.
yet again, you just gotta tell them how it is. Like I said, you gotta be in control. What we did. Because, like I said, they've already read all our reviews. They've already looked at our bios. Actually, I deleted all our bios. But either way, they've gone through and they've deemed us worthy of their wedding by the time they're on the phone. Because if they hadn't done that, they wouldn't be on the phone. Anyways, so DJ Event Planner, as everyone knows, I use it. We made a form for an example client, right? We're like, all right, when we get on the phone, we log them in. We're like, click here. And all the point of the phone call is to prove to them if they hire us, their problems are solved. That's the only message we're trying to put in their brain. And we can't say that verbatim, but that is the message that we are trying to get them to realize on the phone call. So
Yeah.
we run them top to bottom through a DJ Event Planner form, and we try and point out the things that they would have never thought of that we cover. And through doing that, they're like, wow, these dudes thought of everything. Kind of. And it's just cut and dry. At the end, we double check what they want, and then we bomb them with a contract. And we're like, all right, peace. And we don't give them, we're like, do you have any questions? But typically they don't, because we just bombarded them with, this is how it's going to work, period.
Yeah. But do you ever feel like you're talking too much? Because like I do the same thing. So in typical consultation, I sit down, whatever. I'm like, hey guys, nice to meet you. So and so, whatever. I go into the event planner, and then this is like where things can go really south. Sometimes they're like super into it. They're like, wow, this is so cool. You can pick out your music. Wow, this is so like, it's awesome. And then you have those people where I'm like just talking, and they're not giving me anything to feed off. And that's where I'm like, that's when I start choking. I'm like, fuck, like, this is
I mean,
going
you have your people that are silent for sure. But like I said,
Yeah.
if you have a in order, because we're literally going top to bottom through a form, and as soon as we're done with a form, we double check what they want, and then we ask them if they have any questions. And then at the end of that, thank you, goodbye. Because we don't want, just like in the DJ world, you don't want dead air. If you have dead air, you're at a disadvantage.
It's interesting. It's interesting here. You guys say how like you go through us, or at least Eric, how he goes through a set thing. literally the first thing I say on every consultation is this. There's no real script or anything to this. I'm literally just here to answer whatever questions you got. But it's a trick to some degree too, because I do have a set agenda for what I want to show them on the set code.
Say that,
but
it's just
but no, literally, I just go. It works,
bro. But some
for me,
people
at least.
are not like that. Like, at least for me in particular, like, I'm like, so what do you guys have any questions or anything like that? And like, it. Shut up, Alexa.
Mine will go off. Mine will go off
But
here in like
sometimes
10
I'll say,
minutes.
do you guys have any questions? And they'll go like, no. Like, people have no idea what the fuck they're doing. And then if I take over and I'm just like, this is this, and that, I feel like sometimes they'll zone out. It's just like finding that thin line. And yeah, you guys mentioned like you could watch, like, I know Joe has like a sales presentation, but like his was in person, and I just want to see somebody just zell on Zoom. And the problem I had with Joe's presentation that he has on the vault is like it's very polished. Like, I don't know if those are like paid actors, because I feel like that's not how my consultations go.
I've never actually
like
looked
I just
at
want
it. It's actually been on my
like,
to-do list forever to look at it.
It's
and just
definitely
see what's
like
up.
it's definitely like a
it's too polished.
It's like one of those, like, because it was in person, he's like, it was definitely one of those like, hey, I wanted to film our consultation or whatever, and I feel like it was already like a set book, because like the couple the whole time are like, yeah,
I thought it was a PowerPoint.
Well, it's him sitting down with a couple and with a
I don't have a problem
PowerPoint.
with my presentation. I have a problem with my delivery on my presentation. I just kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I have all the demos. Like, if they want it, like if they say, hey, what's Dancing on the Clouds? I have a fucking killer video I can show
Right.
them. You know?
Yeah.
That's not the problem. The problem is not within like the presentation. The problem is with my delivery. I want to see how people deliver.
Yeah.
Like that consult. Like, you know, I want to see kind of how they bullshit the people, more or less. That's what I really want to see. Like,
I want to record one of mine and put it up for $20 right now.
Yeah.
bro,
I
I've
guess
been saying that for the longest. I want to
also
record myself
you
doing
got to
these
keep
consultations, 'cause
you got to keep in mind everything. All of the advice I just gave, we don't have those options. There is no dancing on a cloud with us. I don't give a fuck if you want to book that or not. We only offer
DJ.
Yeah.
and photo
Ceremony
booth,
and photo
or
booth.
DJ and photo booth. What do you want?
Yeah.
Choose one.
Yeah, but you guys,
Like,
I'm in Jersey though. It's like that's like
You
it's
have
different.
to.
It's different.
You know,
This, I mean,
I
this,
have to have everything under the sun. Like, there's plenty of people who don't book that stuff, but I need to have.
Yeah. But this goes back to that pricing conversation. It's like there's caveats to everything we're acting like is fact, because it depends on this and that and where you're at, how the shit you have to offer. It just depends, you know, like what I just said, that works for us really well, and that's what we've learned works. Now, if we had to, you know, sell them Dancing on a Cloud, show them videos for upsells, blah, 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 that would probably put a fucking wrench in what I just said that works.
Is it
You
like
know what I mean?
critical bar up there for them to like figure out if they can get like Dancing on the Cloud and all that within their budget? Or because like I always push with my clients because like I have them where we have all those options or whatnot. And I always like, don't worry about that. Just pick out the DJ, because like I only have 2 left on that date, and let's move forward with that, and then we can add that stuff. I don't know. That's what I've done.
That's a question I ask myself on a regular basis, because then Jersey is like so skewed, because it's like there's some really top tier companies that are getting like top dollar.
Yeah.
Whenever I see their numbers, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I must be the cheapest guy in Jersey. But then I'm like in Wedding Wire, and like constantly people tell me like straight up, you're out of budget. Like, you know, just for our base rate for a 4-hour DJ. So, you know, so when it comes to pricing, I just like, I don't even sweat. I don't give a fuck what other people are charging. I know what the fuck I'm charging. Like, fuck them. I don't care if I'm cheaper or if I'm higher. These are my prices. You're either gonna take it or yes or no.
Yeah.
So I don't really try to dwell too much on the prices, because you know, in my head, when because I only compare myself to like the big dogs, and compared to them, it's like I'm like nobody. You know, I have like I have no clout. Like I'm super cheap, but compared to like, you know, some of the people that you know, are on Wedding Wire looking for DJs, they straight up tell me that, you know, hey, you're out of budget, things of that nature. So, yeah, I'd lose sleep if I was worrying about other people's pricing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know. For me on the consultations, it's interesting because we have like a bundle system or whatnot, which basically is like you get a certain number of hours and then you get like 3 options to pick from, and I've like kind of tiered. You do packages or you do a la carte? Because I do. It's a bundle. So it's like a
bundle
package.
is a package then, right?
But you get to pick what goes into it. So basically,
Okay.
I've figured out like 5 things that I will charge the same amount of money for, and
Oh,
I
okay.
basically make it like you can choose. You can choose an extra hour, ceremony
Oh, okay.
audio coverage,
So like
cocktail,
Subway.
or uplighting, and you kind of can pick and choose and add them into one price point.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's that's what
So
I go with.
So I started doing like a package. So like Eric, I showed you that like my email, when people go to our website, they fill up the form, whatever, they get an email right away. It tells them the package. And I also, like, before I didn't have packages, but I just included this package because that's what I want people to book. It's just like a most popular package. It's just like,
yeah.
if you want everything here, just book this thing. It tells them how much it costs. Like, even if they like don't book a consultation, whatever, they know how much it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you a la carte, but there's a package there that says, hey, if you want TVs, lights, whatever, and one special effect, whatever, it's gonna be this much.
Mm-hmm.
And they get that right off the bat, and that's been working
really well. Good.
Like, because as soon as they fill out that form, they get a message saying, hey, do you want to set up a meeting? Click here to set up a meeting.
Yep.
And in that Calendly link, it says, hey, what services are you interested in?
Yeah.
And a lot of people have been just typing in, we're interested in that big package that's on there. And it's just like, bro, that's fucking awesome. It works. So packages do work. So I've been kind of going back to a package model just because of that. Because a lot of people just want to see what's the cheap one and what's the expensive one.
Right.
They want to see that.
It's important for us to have packages because of like the model I just said, because we have to squeeze out of you what is actually going to be on your contract in a single fucking question. It's like, what do you want? And you need to be able to answer it. Mm-hmm. And we should already know before the phone call, because we also ask what package you interested on the consult link. We have
bro, Calendly has changed my life.
It
bro.
is. It
it's
is.
so fucking
I'm
awesome.
Laughing when
people don't have a Calendly.
Oh my god!
It's like what are you doing,
bro? It's fucking amazing, bro. Because like now sometimes I don't even answer a new lead because like they'll beat me to it.
Yep.
Like as soon as they go to my website, they fill out that form. They get a message that says, hey, do you want to book a meeting with me? Right away. Like, it just says, it's automated.
Yep.
A lot of people just go ahead and book it. And then by the time it's time for me to respond, I see a meeting already set up. So I'm just hey,
excited to see the meeting.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll like be going through my email list and it's like new lead. So I'll like save it and then click, begin process or whatever. And then I realized they had already booked a meeting with me and I'm like, fuck.
Yes.
And it like sent them the opening email like shit.
Bro,
and I
but
have to
that is
turn
such a
it
great
off.
problem to have, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's
awesome
fine. Somehow I never actually get any bite back about that. They're like, I already booked a meeting with you. What the fuck is going on?
Well, they probably it's in the process of getting bombarded by about a million companies.
Right.
So like you just get mixed in there and they're like, all right.
Going off that, so that's actually a thing. Like, I'm a single up, but I operate as a multi-op. So I have different emails and stuff like that. So whenever they get that email, it goes from like the main admin thing. So info@Barr Entertainment, they'll get a message. When I actually type in, they get it from DJ Barr at barrentertainment.com. So I have it always says, hey, one of our staff members should have already sent pricing or whatever. So it kind of gives you like, you're a bigger operation.
That's
than what
cool.
You are.
That's a cool concept.
Yeah.
And it's coming from like multiple different emails too.
One
so
of the
it's
dudes in the
awesome.
chat actually saved my life with emails. I think it was yesterday or today. I don't know. I've literally been working on it since I talked to him. Terrence, shout out to Terrence.
What was it about? Like emails hitting the inbox?
No, well, so I never actually made like a @Dowok Events email for anyone other than myself.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about this before we jumped on.
Yeah, I'm the only one that ever had it. Everyone else just had like their Gmails or whatever, and it's super unprofessional. But that's really not the advantage that I cared about. Now that he showed me how to do it, I'll be able to monitor their emails, and if they're slacking, I'll know. And I also am able to log in and change their passwords if I need to, and I can do the automation tricks I need to do with the two-step authentication shit.
So during COVID, there was a brief stint where I was kind of operating as a multi-op, and I made like fucking emails for my guys. Just because I needed to stay on top of them. Like, I need you guys to make sure that you guys are going in, talking to these leads and, talking to these people.
It's tough, dude.
Because, a lot of people were on edge. So if they were getting postponed and all of a sudden their DJ's not answering them, they're going to be fucking heated,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, any
so I
situation,
did that
if your
to
DJ
kind of
ghosts you.
fucking monitor them, monitor
But yeah,
the back end.
all my guys have their own emails, but for the most part, the leads never actually interact with them until they
Yeah.
show interest in that particular person, or they book them. Obviously, it's surprising, but I
Let's
don't know.
talk about
What else?
about money now.
Awesome.
That's what I want to talk about.
All right, how
So-
much does?
So what's the closing rate over there in North Carolina? What are you guys closing these leads?
It depends
What's
what
the
you want.
average?
So ever since I started just like blindly dumping every last dollar I could into marketing, it's skewed that number, because
Yeah.
now we're charging more, so we're booking the same, but it takes 10 leads for one of them to be in their budget now. You know what I mean? Because we're not as we charge more and we funnel more leads
So
in
your
order to
closing
book.
rate went down then.
Right, exactly. Our closing rate has gone down,
So
which is fine because
Bro,
that's what we
my
were.
closing rate is so ass, bro.
Can
I
we-
always say
can
it's
we
like 50-50.
define
They either book or they don't.
what are you guys defining as closing rate? Because I don't really
Closing
track these
rate-
metrics. Like, are you
Oh,
talking
bro,
like leads to booking?
I ran my numbers. Like I fucking know. Like for example, last year I could straight up tell you numbers. For every dollar I spent on at Wedding Wire, I got $4 back. So it was like a 500% return. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I fucking I like what did I fucking went 3 times as hard on Wedding Wire and not in hopes that I get that same return.
So are we talking the closing rate being basically leads
So
like total leads
so
versus
for
total
me-
booked?
So for me,
Percentage?
I don't consider it a lead unless they book the consultation.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
That's
okay.
different.
So I know like if I had the consultation with them and they said no, that means I fucked it up. That means it was all me because these people they were on the hook. I was reeling them in.
To
Could
a
still be
certain
budget.
extent.
Something during the meeting.
They didn't catch the
something
pricing
went
email.
wrong and I fucked it up. So
We
that's
have
how I calculate my leads.
we have plenty of people that'll book a meeting. It's like we're getting married in 2024. I'm like, why'd you book a meeting? You know you're not getting married. Like no, you're not.
Do you really think that? I honestly believe that. I've always thought that. I'm like, are these people like? But I can't. Like, I always
Whatever.
think that
Why are
everybody
you
who
vetting
books a meeting
DJs
actually
2.5
wants to DJ.
years out?
'Cause
Like, shut the
I've
fuck
shopped
up.
plenty of DJs. I've gone to plenty of DJ websites, filled out that form with my fake website, with my fake email address. Try to get some info. But I've never booked a meeting with them to actually. I don't think that.
We'll get on the phone with these people.
You run my numbers.
Really?
I mean,
You've
I
done
don't, but like I'm
Bro, if I
like
could
my
do that,
sales
I'd
dude will
fucking do a
text
Zoom
me and be
consultation
like,
with, like,
it would be like Joe Schmo is like weddings in 2024. Should I cancel it? And I'm like, I guess do it.
You're just that good at getting consultations.
I guess. I mean, we right now we're doing like 8 a day probably.
So, yeah, that's ridiculous. But I'd have to run my numbers, but it's actually like very rare to not book someone off a consultation for me.
I can't see this chat
Really?
at all.
Why are you now on the YouTube app?
This is the app.
That is not the app. You are on the website.
Bro, so every time you get somebody on the phone or Zoom, you book them? That's crazy.
It's well, I give them all the pricing and everything up front, so they already know
Me
it
too.
before they come
So
in.
when-
Well,
We do too.
so if I had to run the numbers like last year, I probably didn't book 5 to 10 of the consultations I had.
That's crazy, bro.
That's
You don't have
crazy.
enough consultations.
Dude,
Then. Either that or you're too cheap.
We have people all the time. I don't know what the percentage is because if
I
I
don't do a lot
kept
of
track, I would
consultations.
literally not be able to sleep at night. I'd be so fucking mad. But we have contracts expire and we never hear from people all the fucking time. But our like I said, you got to keep in mind we spring a contract on every single person that we talk
Bro,
to.
I do the exact same thing, though. But
I don't.
I still get people who don't book. I'll have a meeting with them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I get more emails of anything that says like, "No, you're out of our price range. No, you're out of our price range." Like it's every day. There's like 5 or 10 of those that
Do
literally.
you think
come through.
people who book a consultation and don't book are is strictly because the money, or you think it's other factors?
I mean, everyone I jump on never wants to have a like. They don't really go in depth in the money conversation. It's weird. Like I'm always bringing it up, and they're like, "Yep. Sounds good. And I'm like, "Oh, Okay.
I'm
really
scared to
know,
ask that
dude.
question, and I get so pissed off when they're like, "Oh, we decided to go with another DJ." I'm like, "Fuck you and fuck your
Yeah,
wedding."
I know.
get this,
If I get that
this-
email-
I get so pissed off. Before Eric, I wasn't even replying to them. Eric, like, I was setting up my thing the other day, and I saw he has a lost sale one, and it's like, it's funny because the subject says Reese, and you're not even answering the main email. It's just like you're pressing the fucking up or whatever. And it just says, "Oh, sorry. Let us know if anything changes."
I love
I always
when they
ask
give
why.
you like a huge reply as to why they're not booking you, like some fucking bitch, and they're like, if you didn't blah blah blah, and they're like talking about how annoying you were, maybe like with all your
Really?
follow-up emails. Yes,
Dude, I
And
got
they're
a
like,
good one.
like
I got a
railing
good
into me,
one yesterday.
and I on purpose.
People get pissed off.
I on purpose click the button to reply out of context, so they just know that I don't give a fuck about you, and they just like if they're young enough, they know you just like clicked some button and got an automated reply, and they just wasted their time typing that 5
That's
paragraphs.
hilarious. Awesome.
I got a funny one the other day. So
Bro,
I'm
they never tell me why they didn't book though.
I always follow up like multiple times to see what. Probably
They're
50% of the
dead to me. They
time
don't
they
deserve a
tell.
response.
Anyway,
If they say we're going with somebody else, I don't respond to them. They're dead to me.
oh, I always respond to them. I always say like, "Oh, sorry. So why? Like, why'd you book that other option or whatever?"
I definitely never ask why. I just click the button.
This one was
I
hilarious.
can't do it, bro. To hurt my ego.
I just don't give a fuck. Well, the thing is we're funneling so many fucking leads. If you're uninterested, don't even tell me that. Just shut the fuck up because you're wasting my time. Like, fuck off. You know, I just click the unsubscribe button.
They said no, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a bitch. I don't want my feelings hurt.
well, Eric, your automations are so good. They think you're personally reaching out to them each time.
You're not even wrong.
That's why they're like, "Hey, so I don't want to waste your time anymore. Can you just like, we're going somewhere else."
Yeah, I had some lady reply
Rick, so
today.
what did they say to you?
Oh, so this one was hilarious. So this had to have been an older lady because just of the way it happened. So called, I didn't answer, went to voicemail, left the voicemail. I just text responded and then sent them the pricing and everything. Like she was like, "What's the pricing? Are you available?" Send them all the pricing info. Here's the link to schedule a consultation. Text it. Oh, great, thanks. And then my admin, she follows up like a week later after that because they filled out all our forms and everything and they didn't want a proposal, so we laid off a little bit. Text and be like, "So I just want to follow up, touch base," something like that. And she replied back, "Yeah, I actually found a DJ that wanted to have a conversation and we jumped on and had this great conversation for 2 hours. I just wanted to let you know that followers doesn't mean shit to me and it doesn't impress me, blah, blah, blah." Like going on and on about how I have like a big following and that doesn't win my lead or whatever. And I'm sitting there like, I wasn't even available on your date. I didn't even send myself. I sent you like the other guys that are available. And she's like, and this person actually reached out, wanted to have a conversation. I texted back and said, "Sorry you feel that way, but we texted you an option to have a meeting, have fun at your wedding." Just like, I was like,
Bro, you guys are better people than me, bro. Because I don't like. Even when it comes to like YouTube, when I get a shitty comment, I get fucking pissed, bro. Like some people are like, "Oh, just let it roll off the shoulder." Not me, bro. I'm like, I hope you fucking die. Like I hope you crash or some shit. Like,
I sent out.
I am the worst with that. I'm a bad person.
I sent out an email blast, right? Because we hiked our prices just to test the waters, right? We were just going to see what happened.
I'm in the process of doing that, but I'm so scared.
Well, we backtracked. We backpedaled.
Oh, really?
"Oh,
yeah,
you did?"
Yeah, we backpedaled. I mean, it was. We still have raised prices. Our prices have still gone up from what they were, but not to the numbers. And I'm happy with what they are right now.
I moved mine back. I went up even more.
We backpedaled.
Really?
Whatever,
So I'm
but
in the
besides the
process
point.
of-
So either way, so we were rocking that new price for 3 weeks or whatever. So we had a shitload of leads that saw that price, and in my mind, I was like, due to that number, we don't have as many consults. So I was like, I got to fix that. So I sorted all my leads by inquiry date and mail blasted them with like a special discount, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And here's our actual prices if that scared you, basically. So I had 2 immediate replies, one on top of the other. And I actually posted a screenshot of this in the DJ groups because it was funny. The top one was like, "That sounds great. I'll take the luxury package," which is our most expensive package.
Yeah.
It was just like perfect.
The luxury. I call mine the platinum package.
Yeah, everyone calls it's like premier luxury diamonds in a blender. No one fucking cares. But either
The
way,
luxury.
luxury package. Anyway, but she was like, "Perfect. Send me the contract." No, one email. You know,
Yeah.
the very next email, which was the only other person to immediately reply within like 2 seconds, was like,
Fuck you.
yeah. Oh my God. She was like, "You guys are about $1,000 over market value and
God.
blah blah blah." And I'm like sitting here like,
That's
"What is
impossible,
that?"
bro.
I literally was like, "You're using
Wait.
smart people words, and you're a fucking moron."
Wait,
like,
so I've had those where they like say that
what
you're
the fuck is the market value? Like, what are you
Well,
talking
look it
about?
up. Well, you can actually. So I've done this before because I've had clients that responded and they're like, "You are so overpriced compared to it. We found DJs in the $500 range or whatnot." And I literally will go to Wedding Wire where they say your average price point for North Carolina for wedding DJs. Copy the link, paste it, and send it. Just the link.
That's
and
some petty shit.
and
by the
literally
way.
you open
Just
up-
to say that's some petty shit right there.
Hey, going back to my question, what is the average?
It's bullshit.
North
That's
Carolina
bullshit.
DJ
The thing
wedding.
is, if what
Wedding
she
Wire
had
says
said was
1,000.
true, then
Well, like
we'd
a
only
year-
be charging
a year ago.
$500. You know, because we quoted
A
her
year
like
ago it was
16 or $1,800 for like a basic package.
might go up, but
And there's no fucking way people are out here charging $500. And they might be, but that's not the quote unquote
There definitely
market
people are, but-
value. Like, what the fuck is the market value of a service industry job? That doesn't even make sense. That term does not apply. And if it does,
Especially when it's like
fuck you
art,
anyways.
quote unquote, you know?
yeah. So just in general, moving forward, I feel like if you're not doing electronic sort of pricing or getting info to brides prior, you're screwed going forward. I say that because I talked to a DJ the other day at the wedding show, and he still is using calls, literally calling every lead he gets out of the blue.
Well, so
Bro, I'm such a millennial. I hate calls. I don't want to talk to them.
right.
And
yeah,
well, he was
definitely
talking to
not.
me about how he's like, "Yo, how you doing or whatnot?" And he's like, "It's getting rough out here, man. Like our bookings are way down. Like it's so bad." I'm like sitting here like mine's like through the roof right
Well,
now.
where is this dude?
Here,
Here?
yeah.
That's more of a other place thing. You know what I mean? Like here, it's not often they're looking for a DJ like Barr or like a Jason Jan.
Oh, he's not one though. He's not.
Well, he's treating his customers like he is, if that's the case.
Well, he's not on Wedding Wire. He's not on the Knot. He's
Well, it sounds like he just sucks. Like this sounds like a fucking course you're not booking shit because you're not shit. Like if
Anyways,
you don't advertise.
I
you
was
don't
just
have
saying,
fucking pricing. What
you,
the fuck?
you need to have a really good online profile and be on these online sort of places, even if it's a free account, moving forward into the future. Because brides and everything, they're all electronic. It's all electronic meetings now. Millennials and Gen Zs hate fucking phone calls like the plague. Out of the blue, not scheduled phone calls. That's the bigger thing.
Yeah. Well, I would
Well,
never
I mean,
call
I'd rather do a
someone-
Zoom call than a fucking phone call anytime.
Oh,
any day of the week.
absolutely.
Bro.
I want to see who the hell I'm talking to.
Yeah.
We don't.
Well, I
offer
also
Zoom.
like with Zoom. I have like
You can
I
share.
can show you shit.
Yeah,
Like I'm like,
you
yo,
share the screen.
look at this. Here's a little demo of me doing this wedding. Like
you
with a
could
call.
build. You could
Bro,
build
I
that
have
into that
zero
planning
people
form.
skills.
You could
I
build
have-
those into your planning forms. Like literally have like a checkbox. It's like yes or no. It's like, are you interested in dancing on a cloud? If they select yes, it makes a pop up of the video. You know, and then you top to bottom that planning form. Like I said,
Bro, that's crazy.
you could do that.
That's within
easy.
that's within DJ Event Planner.
Fuck yeah, it's logic based. If the answer to the question
But
is,
I'm saying you can embed a video within one of those questionnaires. I didn't know that.
I know you can embed a picture. If you can't embed a video, you can do a drop link, like a hyperlink that'll make a
Yeah.
pop-up window for the video.
Link to the Vimeo,
Yeah.
whatever you put your
Yeah.
YouTube videos
You
on.
might be able to do a video itself, but I'm not 100% sure. I've never tried. I know pictures, and I know obviously hyperlinks.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Bro, we are. our
Aaron
numbers
Strong,
are
and you
flying
don't
through
have
the
to wear
roof on this-
pants.
on the YouTube channel.
On a
Now
Zoom
we're up
call.
to 44. This conversation's been good.
This is
Everybody
Yeah,
wants to hear
this-
about this money talk.
And for the second live edition of this is very good. I've been seeing like 40 to 45 people on here the whole time.
That's
I was gonna say.
Oh, it's 10 o'clock. We got to end on the. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, just real quick. You said
Kids DJ podcast. All right, folks, that's all the time we have.
you
See ya,
said
bye.
about like not quoting someone like your pricing or whatever before you hop on the phone.
Oh, I never do that anymore.
Well, oh, you don't
No,
quote
bro.
them?
No, I always
bro.
quote. I always give them pricing up. I used to not. It was useless. It was like
Bro.
rule number 1 for me: no pricing up front. And then
What?
it was actually I did that up until literally
Bro, those people
like
piss
November.
people fuck off, bro. Bro, I was literally in January. I was doing like a lot of like back end stuff, updating my website, tweaking my pricing, and just figuring out like what other people are doing. I was shopping these other companies like fucking all over the country, even here in Jersey.
You shot me?
Did you shop me?
Bro, some
You didn't shop me.
probably-
I shopped you.
I
You
prob-
told me to shop you, and I did. We talked.
I probably did.
I'm
So,
gonna shop you after this. I want to see
I
what
already
you got.
shot Barr. After,
want-
so
I wanna
I
see what he's
shopped a
got.
bunch
After
of
the last
companies, bro, and
podcast.
some people they would not give me a fucking price, bro. Some people, or they would say some crazy shit like, yeah, our price ranges from 1,000 to 10,000. I'm like, bro, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
just
too
tell
big
me,
of a
Like, I'm
range.
telling you what I want. Hey, I'm getting married on site at this venue, and I need ceremony, cocktail hour, and up lights. Can you quote me on that? Bro, people were so persistent on not giving me the price. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, this is crazy.
I would give you the price
fucking
if you
tell me
asked.
why is it so like with me
Secretive?
like speaking from a consumer perspective, I would think you're like fucking like you're shady. Like if you don't tell me like just
Yeah.
fucking tell me how much it's gonna cost me. Why are you telling me you're so persistent that I have to schedule a consultation for me to know how much it's gonna cost?
So I was always weird about that because the way I've structured it, all 4 of my guys have a different price point. So
That's bad. I think that's bad for business, no?
You would think so, but like the way I'm trying to build it is everyone's kind of their own profile within the company. It's like the SE sort of style where they
That's
have
like the SCE
tiers.
too, but I don't like. I would never want my like if I was a multi, I don't want my guys feeling like shit. Like, all right,
Oh,
you're not
no.
as good as this guy over there. Like, you know that shit. Like,
No.
if I was working for you, I would need to be up there with you because I would.
Well,
I
you
would
have the
refuse to
content,
be
though.
Paid, like,
So
you know?
here's the deal. Oh, people come and like 90% of the people see all of my shit. And they want to book me. And so I have to put myself higher than the other guys. Otherwise, they're not going to get booked. Period.
That's fine. Like for example, for SCE, I could get Jason. He could charge more because he is like a like a quote unquote profile DJ.
They're not
whatever.
like
So,
stupid, ridiculously in price. It's like a few $100s between the two of them. And it's mostly because
Yeah.
these 2 guys are relatively new. This guy's been around a while. This guy's got a shitload
Exactly,
of videos.
but, like-
This guy has none. I got
I
to
just
give
feel like-
options to be able to, because like the way I see it is, if I'm a client coming and I'm looking at this roster of DJs, who am I going to book? And whoever has the most reviews, the most content is who I'm going to book. So I put those guys at a higher price point.
Yeah, but I think that's hindering your. Well, I mean, I guess I'm speaking from like an employee perspective. Like, for example, if I was working for SCE, I need to be charging top tier price. You're not putting me down with like the cheaper guys. It's a bad look for like the other guys, you know, because it's like, oh, you know, this guy's not as good as this guy. I think it's just like you're all in. We're all this price. More or less. That's
Well, it's clear on our marketing that like the way I persuade it, because people are always like, why is this person? I'm like, it's purely based on the demand. This person
you can
gets
do-
more demand than that person.
But you can
I
do
don't
like
fucking-
loopholes. Like for example, for me, like I have a 6 month. Like if their wedding is like within 6 months, I'm gonna hook these people up because it's very unlikely that I'm gonna fill that date. So like if their wedding is like a couple days away, fuck, like
Right,
you know,
right.
throw out the window.
$300
I'm gonna give you a best fucking deal, no problem. Like I'll fucking
Yeah.
do this thing because it's I'd rather work than not work.
Right.
So there's ways around it, or like you know, you have like. You know, I've seen some guys do like you don't know who your DJ is gonna be, but it's a
That's
really good
us.
deal kind of thing.
That's
That's
us.
like another
That's
one.
him.
That's
I don't
me.
do
But
that.
like
But the thing is,
that's a good one, but I would never do like this DJ's better than that one kind of thing.
right. Well, the thing is let's say we charge $2,000, right? Just for sake of numbers, it doesn't matter. So we charge $2,000 for this package, our most book package. All right. Well, if I get a brand new DJ that's never DJ'd in their life, they go through our training course and we've deemed them as good as
Worthy.
we need to have them
Yes,
to go
they're
out on their own.
certified.
We're charging $2,000 for them to go out. They're not 1,800 for a year and then they're $2,000. Fuck that. It's
Exactly.
across the fucking board, and I don't want to lessen the price for a newbie, whatever you call, you know, someone who's new. I would charge the same amount for them as I would for literally me. It doesn't matter. Well, I won't do the wedding myself, but you get the idea. The vets, the new guys, all the same price. That is another reason we don't tell. That's another reason we don't post biographies. That's another reason we don't tell people who their DJ is unless they request it. We by default choose their DJ.
That's a whole nother level.
That's
like,
a whole this is a whole nother level.
Well,
there.
we tell them like
some people
if you have if you have a preference, let us know, and if they're available, that's fine. But we're gonna pair you with the DJ that's best for you. Otherwise, it's just words. It just means fuck off unless you know who you want. Which they never. It's very rare for them to request a specific DJ.
Really?
Because we have pushed Dawook events from day one. That was the idea, not
That's the
Erik
WWE
Massengale.
mindset.
Well, but it's just we never pushed Erik Massengale. You know what I mean? I made sure I was not the face from day one.
Yes.
You know, so that we could do this.
Yes.
And that
Agreed.
Some people and Jason Janite, trust me, they're doing a lot more money wise than we are.
Yeah.
But one day, you know, I would imagine it would not be good for SCE if Jason Janite literally retired. And I could be wrong, but I would imagine it would put some kind of hindrance on the entire company.
I think so too, because you know I say this all the time. If I were to become a multi-op, it would not be the Barr Entertainment anymore, because everybody's gonna want Barr. You know,
right?
You gotta,
right.
And
but also, Jason
I feel
Janite
like the
has some
talent is like-
superstar ass DJs.
That's what I was
Nick
about to
Spinelli
say.
is literally like pushing famous among the community. You know.
Well, and you're just talking the community. In the local scene, a lot of his guys are like well known.
Right. So it is.
Right, but
That's kind of where I'm going with my. I want all my guys to be individual to some degree, like have their own brand.
I think
Well, I don't ever want to get strong armed either. Let's say I've got a DJ on 45 events or 45 weddings, and he just starts bombing gigs, or I just in general don't like him for some reason all of a sudden, and I want to fire him. Well, I don't want him to be locked into 45 gigs for my company in the future. I'm like, you're fucking fired, bye, and then switch it, and it doesn't matter. I'm not you. No one has my balls in a vice grip.
Yeah, that's the thing. You want to be able to keep that machine going, you know, just like fucking, you know, if you need to churn guys, you need to fucking, all right, one guy and another guy.
Everyone keeps saying Jason's DJs are like awesome, and yes, we're
But
just using him as an example because
awesome. What I'm saying is like
he's just the easy example because people know their company. You know, you're definitely right. You're definitely right.
I don't know. That's the route I'm going. It's working so far.
Yeah, it doesn't not work.
Bro,
But
if I come work for you, you fucking
you would be right up
you need
there.
to be charging top dollar. It's just such a bad look. I feel like.
No, if you come into my company with an image like you have already, you would be
I'm
top
fucking
dollar.
Shallow, bro. I'm like, bro, you're not gonna put me in the fucking discount.
he's
thing,
just
you know?
putting Barr out there for $300.
See, the
no
thing-
matter what, he's like, this fucking
Well,
loser.
so it's the conversation like with the new guy I just brought in. We always have the conversation around if I put you at the top dollar price point, you're not going to get booked.
Bro, but
over
I guess
the
my
other
thing is, I'm
guys. I'm trying to
say is,
give
like,
them the option to basically get to that point. Like ideally all of them are going to get to the point where they are very similar to my price point.
So there's different ways, or like you could do that without blatantly saying this guy is more expensive than that guy. So you can do something like, okay, this guy has a minimum. Like he's so heavily sought after that he only goes out for like the big package, the luxury package. He won't go out and do just the speaker package.
Not the diamond package.
So there's like other
too.
ways around it.
Yeah, there is.
Like saying like, all right, this guy's $1,000, that guy's $2,000 just because he has 2 reviews more than this guy. You know.
It's more their profiles. Like if they want to view the DJ, like my 2 bottom guys have literally like 0 videos of them ever doing a wedding ever. But
if you work them into the company, it's like, all right, the company tells you, like, for example, for Eric's is like a perfect example because it's like, listen, we as a company know he's ready to do your wedding. We are not going to send somebody who's not ready to do your wedding.
Oh yeah.
That's why everybody's the same price. You know, it's like everybody is like legit. Everybody's certified. We know, we trust our product so much that no matter who we put, they're going to fucking crush your wedding kind of thing.
Fuck yeah, I'm right.
I don't know, man. I guess speaking from an employee perspective, I wouldn't want to be, compared to the other guys in the same organization. Forgive me while I make some coffee.
I don't know. I don't think they're.
What's the next question?
To each their own.
To each their own. It's all different.
It's all.
They're not,
honestly, everything we've talked about this entire time is as hardcore as I was. Like, this is how you do it. Is just my opinion. Like, it's not. Factual.
It's all opinion.
And I also heavily change my opinion constantly. Like
literally every month he's over here with a new opinion.
2 years ago, I'd have told you you're a dumbass to subcontract a DJ. Today, I only have 3 W-2 DJs and 12 1099 DJs. So
really,
changing over.
So Barr, single op or multi op?
Well, I operate as a multi-op, but I'm a single op. But I have guys, like if I need to, I have other guys that can come in and fill a role.
You potentially looking to do multi op or?
Not really. Like right now, my main goal is just to keep doing what I'm doing. Like, the problem is I feel like everybody thinks that you need to be a multi-op to make to make good money, but you really don't.
Without killing yourself.
So for me, like I make really, really good money. Like I'm not bragging.
How much money? You wanted to talk about money.
Let's get some.
Let's get some dollar
ones
figures
in the chat if you want to hear how much money Barr makes.
Well, I mean, this is before expenses, but let's say, for example.
How many weddings did you do last year? How many weddings did you do last year, personally?
For me personally, as just Barr, I did about 70, but I did more. I did 105, but that's just not that wasn't just Barr entertainment.
Was that Posh too?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I also took on a lot of gigs for like buddies of mine who were like, "Hey, COVID," like because I know a lot of guys were just, just that mobile DJ who works out of his garage. They're like an engineer during the week kind of thing. They're like, those guys that are just like not full time.
All right, so 105 events, average $2,500 a piece. He did pretty well.
I did pretty well.
How much you make? What's it? Line 11.
Quarter milli.
Line 11 on the.
The revenue.
Yeah.
The revenue mark.
I can't remember what line it is.
I don't fucking know. I asked Andy what it is.
Me and Rick have the same accountant.
Yeah, we have the same accountant. It's funny.
I make 6 figures.
Oh.
Ooh. After or before?
Okay.
After I make 6 figures.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, honestly though, in the event, as a mobile DJ full time,
you have to be.
You don't have to make 6 figures. You can make shit, but it's
if you
not out of grasp if you play your cards right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not impossible. That's
most of the people that you heard of are making 6 figures. It's the low end of 6 figures in reality, but but 6 figures. That's great. That's incredible. You know what I mean?
Still above the average salary of America.
I'm not hating
way over
on our income, bro. I'm right there.
Way
I'm
over.
just saying, like
Eric's got to make at least like $250,000 a year.
With automations or without automations?
He's got to be pulling at least 200.
I bet you that automation thing is bringing in more than
he's
Dow
doing
Oaks.
more than me. So he's got to
I'll tell you what.
He's got to.
I've got some brand new shoes on. All right, I'll just leave it at that.
Those automations be treating him well. That's all I'm guessing.
He's got to make over 200. He's got to.
This hair gel I get is hella expensive. So.
Hella ones in the chat though.
I wish. What about you, Rick? You got 2 jobs. You got a DJ job and an engineer.
Well, yeah. This year was the first year I've ever made more in the DJ industry than I have at my W-2.
Bro, fucking quit. Go full time.
I don't know why I couldn't do it.
It's just one of those things that like the longer
I'll tell you
money,
I'll tell you everything
assets
about being your own boss and
assets.
I'll tell you.
So
assets.
I'll tell you the main reason why I'm doing it and the when I will quit. I am saving. No, screw that. It's saving up. Well, having insurance is a big perk too, mostly because I had wisdom teeth taken out and everything. So having that employer insurance helps a shitload because my wisdom teeth cost me $400. So that helps a lot. But for me, it's having both of those cash flows together to be able to save up money to put down money on these big loans to get the real estate properties I'm trying to get into, so that I can get my cash flow right, so that basically I can quit and literally just quit and be set. And DJ goes south, I still have cash flow coming in from rental properties.
Yeah, I mean that's the ultimate goal. I think, like, a way out. Like for me, I'm like,
and I'm close.
I know I can't. I don't want to be that. Not. I don't want to be like that 60-year-old DJ still doing this.
Really? You don't want to be the 60-year-old in the club?
No, hell no.
I know too many. I know too many, dude.
I'll actually make.
I can't.
Well, I'll make less this year. Well, I guess it's relative. In terms of like if I made money off of every single event I did, I'm gonna make less because I've strictly reduced my amount of gigs I'm gonna be doing this year on purpose.
Bro, just tell us numbers.
Yeah, why are you being really specific?
What do you mean?
I'm trying to hear like I make this much.
Neither
money.
of you guys said I make this money, so shut the fuck up.
Well, we established that I make 100. We established that Erik makes over 200.
I
so now
was
it's
just
up to
being
you.
funny. I never confirmed shit. I was just laughing.
Bro, Eric's got to make over 200. Otherwise,
I
he's
see.
got to.
If you
He
want to
just
do
got
my math, I only did 38 events personally last year. That's it.
Personally,
That's all I did. But the company did 68 or something like that. But it was just basically me and Marcellus last year. This year we're already at 69 weddings booked this year, plus 4 school dance events and other adventures we're going into come wintertime. Christmas lights.
so I guess back to the question. Why don't you want to go full time?
It's extra cash flow. So
But you're telling me like you can't because you're a multi-op. So
but you really right now I'm making
fucking pay for
if I
how to make
quit
a DJ
if I
EP, and
quit
you'll fucking
if I quit my income is cut in half.
But if you invest more time into the DJ job, you will make more money with it. Therefore, your income is not cut in half because it goes that part.
But I
goes
also
up.
have to make up the additional costs in terms of insurance and other asset figures within it. I don't disagree this because it's literally a consideration heavily this year. I told you before we jumped on here, and you know about it too, I quit Goodyear in October to get a new job because I was literally at a breaking point with my current job in terms of the amount of hours and time it was taking me that I was killing myself.
I guess
I'm at a job now that like it extended that lifespan of being able to be an engineer just a little bit longer with the freedom they give me.
I guess you're like in different shoes because for me, like I guess I had nothing to lose. This was like if this didn't work, I would fucking I'd be working at like
Just
a
fucking
McDonald's
kill
or something.
yourself.
Like so, I had nothing to fall back on.
I hear that.
But like you actually have like a career job, so I guess it's a little bit more difficult saying, "Hey, quit that," because you went to college. You're fucking committed.
Yeah, I wasn't qualified to do shit else. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be working in fucking Taco Bell.
Bro, me too. Me too, bro. I dropped out of college. I have no fucking degree. I have zero. I have nothing.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
So
Same here.
So I've been like I reach out because you guys aren't really in the similar position, but people like Lunatico and John Simmons, both of them are in similar positions that I'm in now before in terms of having a really good W-2 job that's bringing in good money that you could just literally just do that job the rest of your life, be fine, or you could go down this venture path. But I've already, I told my employer when he hired me, I'm like, I don't plan to be here for after 5 years. I literally told him straight up, I'm probably going to quit.
Also, like,
But-
I act like I only do the DJ thing, but if you think about it, like,
There's a lot.
There's a lot to it, but automation, even though it's relevant to the industry, is a second job. It's completely relevant to my event company, and I do that full time through the week,
So 300, 250. He's saying 200 wasn't enough, Rick.
Well, and that's kind of
he's like, I have other jobs, so it's actually way more. That's all I heard.
well, and that's kind of where I'm at too, because like the Fusion Sound and Lighting as it sits right now, I would not want to rely on just that business to support me. So like doing this other stuff between the little bit that YouTube brings in, doing the the OnlyFans, the uplighting sales through both lighting, doing the dealer stuff. I really like the dealer stuff. That's cool. And then the new ventures I'm trying to get into come Christmas time. We stumbled into Christmas light installations this year. And let me just tell you, there's a shitload of money in hanging Christmas lights for people. And
also, huge fan of
like
Christmas. So
of what?
Christmas.
Christmas?
I really like Christmas.
The American, Jewish, which one?
It's Christmas.
Okay.
I'm not.
Are you
I'm not a
Jewish,
bigot.
Eric?
I'm not a bigot.
A big.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Only a Jewish person would say that.
Who doesn't like Christmas? Fuck you.
Exactly.
All right, so I need
People,
you guys.
It's just like a known fact that it's like Christmas is great. But you said I just wanted the record that I love Christmas.
just on record.
So we're on the topic. All right, convince me why I should quit now.
Because we'll make fun of you if you don't.
You're the only one that can make that decision. We don't know your numbers. Tell me your numbers, and then I'll tell you if you should quit.
Yeah, here. Let me. How much do you make, literally?
What at my job?
Hold on, let me look it up.
My
divide it up.
Engineer,
my W-2.
What is your salary at your
North
W-2?
Carolina
80.
salary.
80K.
And
80K. 3 weeks of vacation. 80K.
Wait, how? And
it says right here, estimated salary for an engineer in
56.
Durham, in North Carolina, is $74K a year.
Yeah, I'm at 80. So I started right at that.
Raleigh, North Carolina is 64.
If you make 80K and it's only Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday. That's all it is. Monday through Friday. And 3 weeks of vacation throughout that whole entire thing. That's
just whatever details past that.
Vacation's a big deal.
8 in the morning till 5 kind of thing. What is the
8 to 5.
I wouldn't do it, but I think that you should do it. Yeah.
If I can still maintain what I'm doing now.
Right. Yeah. If you're not killing yourself with busyness, then yeah, 80K is worth
the
it.
determining factor is going to be the kid. Like what you're going. If I was in your shoes about to have a kid, I would have quit the engineering because I would have to pick one or the other.
But Rick, you're having a kid too?
No, I'm just saying if I was in his shoes, like if I was in his position where I have a kid coming along the way, I would have to pick and choose which job I'm going to stick with because I'm not going to be able to maintain a kid and pulling basically 100+ hours a week.
If you had a kid, I would tell you to stay.
I'm not. Good luck. I'm not stopping
because you don't
shit.
Have a kid, I would say leave your
What
job.
are you talking about? This kid's not running my life. I'm the daddy.
It's a different story. Okay.
That's what fucking.
Bro,
that's what the significant others.
How many
for.
weddings do you think you can book?
What?
Rick? Can you book 100? Do you think you could do 100?
With the guys I got, we'll do 100 this year. No problem.
Yeah. So if you do 100, let's say in the low end 1,500. How many are you doing by yourself? 1,500. Let's say you average per wedding.
I'm stepping
What's
back.
your closing rate? How about that?
We talked about that. We talked about that earlier.
Closing rate. If you're aware of your closing rate,
I'm not.
It doesn't even matter because you don't do enough consults. In my opinion, like I couldn't even tell you the closing rate because you should be doing so many consults that. Closing like also
I'm talking about like the closing, like the number that most like I don't know, I guess like I'm talking about the final number, like what's the most cost like what's the average cost of a wedding for your company, not your closing rate as in like leads. I'm talking about like
the average sale point,
like let's say
average
the
ticket price.
like the average ticket. What's the average ticket?
Okay,
1,900.
That's really fucking good, dude.
Mine's 1,600.
Last year was 1,900.
Well aware of that number.
Yeah. So if it's 1,900, dude, and you're doing fucking 100 weddings, that's like $200,000, bro. That's
it'll be higher this year because we upped all our prices and doubled it again. I did it at the beginning of the year, and then Eric convinced me to do it literally like 2 weeks ago to hike it even more.
Do it again. Do it 2 more times.
I'm like,
we'll see.
Right now I'm at 1,650. The next jump for me is going to be 1,850, and I'm like so nervous. I don't know why.
Oh, we're talking the average price point, right?
No, that's
like
just
the start.
Like
I was about to say, what's that get you? What's 1,650?
That just gets you DJ, MC, 2-man team, and speakers. That's it.
2-man team
for 4 hours. You said 4 hours.
4 hours.
That's my price point. It's $1,695 for 4 hours for mine, and my other guys is $1,395, $1,195.
That's pretty good. But what does that get you over there, though?
For two
that's gotta be
fucking
expensive
people?
for your area.
2 people, 4 hours, $1,695.
What?
But does that get any like enhancements?
No, zero enhancements.
How much does the
Bro,
second
then you
person
must be fucking
cost?
expensive over in North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Well, I don't. It's
Yeah,
relative.
he
Yeah.
is. He's definitely more expensive than the next.
I'm not as expensive as Joe Bunn is, but
Oh,
it's
not
close.
even close. No, not even close. Dude.
Like-
They've hiked.
Yeah,
They've
but
serious. I don't even know how.
no,
they do it.
16.95 is the 4-hour rate. If you want like the general, like if you wanted to get the normal 6-hour cocktail ceremony lighting option, just like literally just up lighting, that would be add another 800 to that. I can't do math that quick. 1700 plus 800, 2000 and
Math.
Damn, that's really fucking good then.
That's my price point, but I did that purposely because I don't want to do as many weddings as I did last year.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get my other guys, because my other guys, they literally, I talked to them this year, or like I do every beginning of the year, and they're literally telling me, yeah, they want to do like literally like 40 weekends a year, and I don't personally. I want my weekends, but that's also because I work W-2, so my weekends are my breaks. So if I don't have them, I will literally crash.
That's why you need to quit and just do this full time or do the other one full time.
I'm on the borderline. Trust me. I've been on the borderline of doing it for 2 years now. And this new job has gave me a new life to be able to continue that just a little bit longer. We'll see. That's all I gotta say. We'll see. I'm gonna hang on to it as long as I can physically manage to do it.
All right.
Yeah, that's about all I got on that.
Any other good questions, guys?
I saw what's your favorite DJ controller?
Oh my
No,
god.
fuck that. We're this is about
This
business.
is no. Yeah, no, we're not
I
on
hate,
that.
You know, I mean, sidebar. I hate how DJs will say like, "Oh, I'm investing in like a new fucking controller." I'm like, shut the fuck up. That's not an investment. You're just
Dude.
fucking buying shit.
Dude.
No, you want an investment? Buy some uplights.
No, if you want
it's
an
like when
investment, fucking
people
buy an
talk
ad,
about their
buy some
car
fucking
as an
Google
investment.
ads.
It's like, dude, your car is not an investment. Like,
Hey,
don't say that.
A Tesla might be an investment.
It's not. I'm telling you.
When Elon Musk opens up the ride sharing for your Tesla when it's sitting at home,
there might be a future situation
I'm saying
that makes
this
that
rare
difference.
occurrence in the future.
But in the moment,
Buy a house,
whatever the fuck you save on
Buy
gas
some stocks.
is not worth buying a $50,000, $60,000 car. Like you don't.
Barr,
save
what's
any
the
money.
best credit card to churn right now?
I mean, that's not really how it works. Yeah, that's not a good question.
I don't fucking know. I'm trying to think of
You just-
random ones. What stock should we get?
10:30.
I know it's 10:30. I mean, but we have.
What
This has been
stock
really
should we
nice.
get?
Hey guys,
This is really nice.
This has been really nice.
That's-
Barr,
You should
Barr,
hit
this
the
is really
subscribe button.
nice, dude.
Yes.
Hit the
talk.
subscribe button.
Yeah, everyone
Like the
subscribe to
video.
this podcast because this is like
If you're not
it's
subscribed
really
to Barr,
nice,
subscribe to Barr.
And I feel like I've said a lot of really funny things, so you guys should.
You gave some
subscribe.
really gold nuggets too for
Did I?
all. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I mean, if someone watches this back, there's some good stuff in there.
Fuck yeah.
Definitely more than the first one that we did where we just bullshit the whole time.
Who are we talking to next?
I don't know. Who should we talk to?
J-Book was in here earlier, and he said something, but I ignored it every time because I
So
couldn't
Jay
read
wanted
it.
to know because he texted me. This is how much he wanted to know. He texted me it. He said, "Ask Eric, how do you get people to follow up after they have reached out to you and you have sent them some info?" You want a vague answer?
You
You have to follow up. You can't. They can't.
I
follow.
wonder
They're not
if
gonna
he.
follow up.
Well, that's what he's asking. How do I get them to? I guess what he's asking is, how do I get them to reply
Yeah. How do you get to Murray?
after you? Like, let's say
You have tricks.
they contact. I give them pricing, and then they ghost you. How do you flip that scenario to them talking again?
Yeah. What tricks you got?
Your contract's about to expire.
Yeah. Like, wake the fuck up.
I just found this one the other day. Like, I was looking at Eric's emails, and then I was, I need to come up with some other ones. 'Cause some of them I wasn't feeling. I was like, all right, let me look up follow-up emails. And one of them was like really good. And like, it's been working for me. It's like, hey, just want to let you know we're cleaning up our accounts for the month. Is it okay if I close yours because I haven't heard back from you?
That's pretty good.
Bro, that shit works, bro. Like people have been like, no, don't close my account.
Yeah, like, wait, what does that even mean?
I'm literally titling it, like, your wedding account.
That's where my mind goes to. What do you mean by my account? What
it's
account
like,
do I have?
an account? But no, you gotta. And I mean, it doesn't always work. But good questions are answers or questions that brides want to answer, whether they are booking you or not.
What's your wedding venue?
It's shit like that. But sometimes people are offended if you ask what their venue is.
Yeah, that's true.
Because well, if they've already told you. And
Oh.
it's a drip email, and you're like, "What's your venue?" They're like, "Motherfucker, I told you that initially. You suck." So that's a bad one.
Oh.
But you got to ask questions.
You have that problem because you have so many leads. I mean, that's not a problem that I don't think I would.
But
have
I just don't. So, but we do ask for the venue. So, flip it to guest count. How many guests are you expecting? Such a tiny, easy question.
How many guests are you expecting?
And don't respond to that.
Oh, dude, I get more responses to that one than anything. That one email, I pull more responses to any other drip email. How many guests are you expecting?
But do like a shitload of them just reply like 200?
Yeah, they literally tell you.
But
But
like,
the thing is you immediately.
But wait. Hold on. Here's the real question. Then what? They respond to
that's
where I
was going.
I was going to say it's always in my Google has it saved because I say it every time. It says it's like fantastic or awesome, whatever it says, ! And it says, how soon do you plan on booking your entertainment? I don't want to bug if this is bad timing.
Oh. So instead of just sending the email that says, "Hey, I haven't heard back. I don't want to keep bugging you." ?
They're
I've been trying
attention.
to avoid in my email saying, "Hey, I'm just following up." I've been trying to avoid things of that nature. I'm like trying not to say that.
I
I'm
straight
kind
up
of just
tell
casually
people.
checking in.
I straight up tell people when it goes to a long-term drip, because, a lead, you're either in the first month or you're not. You're a ghost lead or you're active kind of thing. The ghost lead shit, so it's like a long-term every month, every 50 days, whatever. I straight up say in the footer of those emails, or it's like, hey, just seeing if there are any updates. And then right below it, it says, just ignore me if you're not ready to book your entertainment. Something like that. It tells them to ignore you, and they fucking will. And that way they don't click unsubscribe.
Let me ask
the
you
worst thing is
this.
if they just get off your list.
Back to like the lead flow. What's I've been toying with like the idea of responding to not and wedding wires. Are you guys going right in for the kill? Like, are you guys saying, "Hey, you want to book a consultation?"
Fuck yeah.
Because I've been trying to figure out what exactly to fucking say to these people on wedding wire or not. Because sometimes they'll say, "Hey, we found you on the knot," and I'm like, "No shit." Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so like a lot of
You
those
should
are automated,
reply
right?
with that. You should.
I know, but
You
it's
should
like,
copy and paste
why
their
would they
email
not
back
even-
to them in all capital letters. Hey, I found you on the knot.
"Hey, I'm responding to you on the knot."
I'm changing my email template tonight.
So for me personally, I don't transfer those right to EP just yet. I try to like continue the conversation on there.
Uh-huh.
But like, I don't know.
So
I straight up ask
I usually
them.
just go for the kill, but I notice I get a lot of, they ghost me if I do that.
There's
too.
always like if you want to set up a call, here's the link. I was like, or we can handle this all through email. If you know what package you want, I go ahead and send you a contract. What package do you want?
You that's what you say to them?
That's I think
you know what
I'm pretty
package you
sure
want.
that's like verbatim my opening email.
Wait, so what do you answer? You answer with the packages and your
It says it's like click here to view our price, or we are available. Here's our pricing. It's a hyperlink to our pricing page.
Okay.
And then it says like, if you know what package you want, we can handle this over email. Just let me know and I'll send you a contract. Something like that. It just leaves any door possible open.
Mine's
Yeah, you kind of give them options. So for me is, "Hey, congrats, we're available. Love your venue. Do you want to set up a call?" Oh well, I also include price. Our pricing starts at whatever $1,650. Most people spend between $2,000-3,000. That's usually my email, and then I'm like, "Do you want to set up a call?"
Yeah, well, but you said yourself that you don't want to hop on the phone to get a price.
Well, it's a Zoom. I'm talking about a Zoom call.
Either way,
I wanna get them on Zoom though.
you do,
Yeah.
but you're not talking about you. You're talking about them.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like you, and you're like, fuck a phone or a Zoom call. I'm just trying to handle this all completely over texting.
so
Yeah. So I mean, that's why
Open
you
that
just gave me the
door.
option. That's why I asked. So,
Yeah.
So you're saying send them the price. Tell them what package do you want, and say that again.
I
Say
do.
exactly what you just said.
I'll literally pull it up. Hold up.
So in the meantime,
Because I also try to keep mine super short.
mine, I've reworked it a little bit.
I literally press www on my phone and it just sends it right to them.
So mine is Eric showed me it. I've got it mine down to the point where it's automated. It replies if we're available or not available based on the
On
availability.
Wedding Wire and the Knot?
Based if we're available.
What?
Eric's got that down, dude. Check it out. Anyways, but
Damn, Eric, you gotta show me that. I didn't know you could do
it
that.
replies to the wedding wire and the knot. Basically says, are we available or not? And basically the template is hi, name, we are available on whatever their date is. And then it says, give me 1 second. I'm about to send you over our pricing brochure. In the meantime, here's some links to some awesome videos of us. And it has a link to like
Time
3
out.
links. What?
Wait, your Wedding Wire and the Knot is automated?
Yes.
Isn't
Bro,
yours?
I didn't know you could do that.
So
You
it's
see-
literally automated.
Also, one thing he's not saying is because he's a loser ass Honeybook user, is he actually can't automate it from Wedding Wire and the Knot into DJ Event
Wait,
Planner like you and
You
I
can transfer the leads from
Yes.
Wedding Wire to the
Okay, so
Just-
Eric can go
yes.
further. He can automate it to the point
Oh,
where
bro,
you
why
get a
didn't
wedding.
you show me that? That's not on
It's
automated
because
DHP.
I used to have a video on how to do it on the website, and it was just way over people's heads, and they started messaging me of like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? And it's like, motherfucker, like
It's
it
not
was
that
a
hard, though.
freebie handout. Like, just leave me alone. So I took it down.
Bro, that's next level, bro. Because
It's-
I always
it's
those
helpful.
lead.
Eric showed me like 2 things of how to do it, how to get the emails to come into a certain area and
I
stuff.
wish that we weren't having this conversation because of people listening that are potentially going to message me with
Well,
that
I mean,
same
coming
request.
soon to a automate your service add-on.
It is
Email
using
edition.
Zapier, the
Oh, you're gonna tell?
the
Yeah.
program. Well, I'm just gonna say like
They're not going to be able to
figure
figure
it
it
the
out.
fuck
'Cause
out.
He can say Zapier all he wants, and I don't.
No,
fucking
seriously.
single
If he
one.
didn't show me, I wouldn't be able to figure it out. But it's
Okay,
dope.
opening email. Hey, my name is
Hey.
Eric. Hey, my name is Eric. I do the scheduling for Dow Oak, and we are available. Click here for pricing. Click here, and then it's like space. Click here to set up a call, or I could go ahead and send a contract over to lock in the date if you'd like. What package did you want?
Bro, you are ruthless. You go right, like first message, you're like, let me send you a contract.
If they
Yeah.
want, it happened. It
Bro,
works.
wow, bro.
he
you got
goes
balls.
straight for the fucking
It
kill.
I mean, it doesn't always work, but like whatever.
Bro,
And
I
the
thought
people
going
that
in
aren't
for
trying to
fucking
deal with the
kill was asking
bullshit.
for a Zoom meeting, you're saying, can I send you a contract, bro? That's crazy. Bro, how often does that work?
Can I send you a legal document for
Barr,
you to sign?
when do you
Bro,
give them
that's
the
crazy. What's
when,
up, Drake?
when do you give them the link to like your YouTube channel? Because like for me, that's like one of my biggest assets is the YouTube channel and then the videos within it. So like first message is like, yo, check out this YouTube channel and this video and this video.
So that's a great question. So that's something that I've struggled with in the past. So in the past, I was like all about like, I don't really want my clients to know who I am on YouTube. I just kind of want them to book me, as a DJ. I don't want. This year is different. So I actually paid somebody. Here's some tips coming everybody's way. I paid somebody on Fiverr. I went to Fiverr and I'm like, I need an about me written about me, about our company for the Wedding Wire and the Knot. So I had my Wedding Wire and the Knots both rewritten by somebody on Fiverr. And I told them, here's what I need. I need to get across that I can speak Spanish and English very fluently, and that's a big selling point. Second thing I need to get across, I don't want to come out and say it like as a flex, but I need them to somehow know that I have a YouTube channel with a decent following. So like I get a little bit of clout.
Yeah.
So they incorporated, they were like, oh, he's like an industry leader or some shit like that. And that's what they wrote. So now it's on my bio. So like it says about us, and then it says about the owner. And then it kind of goes into like, I have a channel with 70,000 subscribers, which I just hit today. Everybody say, whoop, whoop.
What'd you hit?
70,000 today.
Nice.
Ooh.
So now it's on my Wedding Wire and the Knot accounts. In the about us, it's written like that the owner has 70,000 followers on
Okay.
on YouTube, but it's not written as it's written in third person, so it's not written like it's by me, and it's also like it just casually goes into saying it like founded by a person with 70,000 followers on YouTube kind of thing,
But do you
but
have
then
the link
after
with
my
it? Yeah.
consultation, I send them that. I send them like my YouTube links, my Instagram.
Dude,
I
you
push
should
my
open
Instagram
with
a lot
that.
now because I did a lot of editing on my Instagram. If you guys
I
go to the
saw
Barr
that.
Entertainment Instagram, go to the Barr Entertainment Instagram, go check it out. I put in a lot of work in that, and I send them to those as well. Now there's like demos actually on my Instagram now.
Yeah, I know. I literally was on Instagram and there was like, oh, look, Bar Entertainment posted a story. I'm like, oh, shit, they posted like 8,000 stories.
Yeah, I posted that. It was over
That
2
was for your
days.
like highlights,
It
right?
was over 2 days. I posted 300 stories. It was crazy.
It's like, what the fuck is this, all these posts? And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
he's building his highlight reels. Got it.
Yeah, so I built
Dude,
that. So
you
now I
need-
send them that. Very proud of that.
You need to open
yeah.
with that link in the fucking Wedding Wire and the Knot. Because I guarantee you, like, 80%.
Just in your storefront, ask what package they want and if they want a contract.
Well, Eric, you tell me.
Don't even wait for them to reach out
Send
to
us
you.
a message now to receive your contract.
Eric, you would know more than I do, but I don't know. I feel like 80 to 90% of Wedding Wire and the Knot leads are literally from they clicked on someone else and it literally brought up the whole, would you like these other 8 or 9 other DJ companies? And
Maybe.
they just click yes, and they never read the about or any info on those other DJ
Yeah,
companies.
probably. I
Just
have
based
no
on
idea,
based
though.
on the automated like messages I get that are the same templates every fucking
Yeah,
time.
it's always the same. It pre-populates their message to you. It's like, hey, I found you on the Knot, and I'm interested in your packages
just
and
based
pricing."
on that.
And
I feel like most of them never ever fucking read the storefront.
to be fair, I don't read their biography on the Knot.
Well,
I do.
Uh,
why would you?
You do?
I do. When they set up a consultation, I'm like trying
That's
to find
different.
info about these people. So I'll try to stalk them. I'm like, all right, let me see what these people are about. See if I can kind of get some hints.
Yeah.
Kind of like, like they went to like Rutgers, or something like that. I was just like, oh, well, I had a friend go to Rutgers once, and
You just, like,
really,
say
me
the
too, kind of
word.
thing. Kind of trying to work into
Yeah.
the conversation.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea. But no, I don't.
I don't know. I would look into trying it up and putting some
Yeah.
links up front.
Yeah, this year I'm definitely flexing that like social media muscle a little bit more. I'm definitely telling them, like, before I was very like anti sending them to my YouTube channel, but now I'm like, fuck it, the numbers just kind of it's big enough where it's like, damn, that's a lot, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I would definitely flex that if I had that.
I get so
Yeah.
so I just made the I put those links. I don't know why I didn't do it before, but I put I had our Fusion DJ page listed, which doesn't really have, it just has some highlights, but it doesn't have the following that the main page mine does. But I put those 2 or 3 links in there now since January, and I've never seen more responses from Wedding Wire than not in the chat than since doing it. They're literally like, your videos look amazing. You look amazing. Want to schedule a consultation, blah, blah, blah. Half them are like, you're out of our price point, but I don't know. I would try it, Bar. I think it's a good idea. Flex it.
I feel like that's too much. If I write, hey, we're available. Hey, here's the contract. Hey, here's my YouTube
Put it in your
channel.
email
Hey,
signature.
Nah,
here's
just
the Zoom.
literally be
Just
like,
put it
hey,
in your
check out these
email
videos of
signature.
my previous work. And then just
in
pop
my
the
email
link.
signature.
Yeah. Yeah. Be
Okay.
like
Like a subtle 50, like
some
70K.
something about like
Celebrating
subs-
70K this week.
add yourself to my 70,000 subscribers. Like however you say that, but
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
was thinking
say
about
I have 70,000 subscribers in some way.
Why don't you just, I get,
You could just literally say
could it be like an HTML linked picture of like 70K subscribers, YouTube?
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, like join the nation.
Join the
Yeah.
nation.
Like
That would be
I
cool.
was
I mean, whatever. It gets the message across, and you didn't type it like a douche, like a douchebag.
That is like the biggest thing. I did not want to come off like, oh, this fucking guy, like,
Right. Yeah.
kind of thing. So
And you
it's
still
finding
might, but that's a
polite
New
way of
Jersey
flexing.
thing. You people in New Jersey are like that, anyways. We all forgive you. It's just you're like that.
No, we're not, man.
That's
we're
true.
humble people down here.
That's true.
We're humble, simple country folk down here.
Dude,
you're
whenever
not.
whenever I go to the Atlantic City show, all those guys are always trying to flex their muscles. And
They got the nice haircuts.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I have one right now because I just got my haircut today.
Bro, nobody's more Jersey than Eric. He's got a fucking Tesla. He's got the haircut. He's like,
no, that's the
super,
LA.
like- yeah,
He's got the
true.
LA flex.
I don't know. I sit in my
The tattoos
room all
and everything.
day.
He's got the LA flex. If you anything, I don't know.
Who cares if you're following up better? Guys, get the gig.
Join the 70K other members of the Barr Nation. There you
That's
go.
exact, Terrence. That's exactly what I was gonna put. I was gonna put like join the Barr Nation now over 70K. Or some shit like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Eric takes them right into the bedroom. Yeah, Eric must have been a beast with the ladies. So you want to get out of here?
You trying to have a baby?
Skip the drink conversation or anything. Just walk up to him. Hey, you want to have a baby?
Yeah, it's like, hey girl, where do you live?
Hey, I am like so shocked that you said that. I just send them the contract. Bro, that's fucking crazy,
I mean, I don't
bro.
send it. I just ask if they want me.
You want a contract?
Bro, but that just sounds crazy. Like,
They
imagine,
fucking-
like, hey, we're interested in your service. Do you want me to send you a contract?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. In our market, I feel it's not that crazy.
It's just some people just don't want to have a phone call or anything.
Like,
They're just
literally.
ready to book right then, and that's it. And I don't want them to jump through any more hoops than they already have.
And we have a lot of clientele here that literally they're just like, oh, we just need a DJ.
Bro, can you
Just a
text me
DJ.
that? I'm gonna fucking try that next week, just as a fucking trial run, and just be like, hey,
Just
let
run
me
it for a
send you
week.
contract. That's fucking crazy, bro.
It never even clicked in my head that
I mean,
was
if you just say like,
weird.
hey, would you like to look over a contract? I mean,
Bro, I've shopped so many DJs, and I don't think none of them have ever said, let me send you a contract.
Bro, we're out
well,
here
that's why.
reinventing the wheel.
That's why, man.
If you,
Bro, it's so blasphemous that it's like genius.
One time I was A/B testing emails to see what could pull a response,
Yeah.
and the subject line was, "All right, I'll STF you," and I was just trying it just to see if it would grab people's attention. All right, I'll shut the fuck up, the STF you, and it was not. It was crossing the line. I got a couple people be like, "That is the most unprofessional, offensive, blah blah," and I was like, "My bad.
I'm gonna leave a bad review on your site.
It wasn't like that, but they definitely
Bro,
were
you
not.
know
They
how
were
it's
not
like-
laughing.
Every fucking DJ has like the book now button, but it's not actually book now. That is like the quintessential book now button.
Right? It's
Fucking
like
buy now on Amazon kind of shit.
I don't have your number, Barr.
How do you know?
You probably don't
Barr?
have my number. Oh, I got a new phone number.
Oh, you did. That's why I texted you and you didn't respond.
Oh,
When did you text me?
throwing the
don't know.
shade.
Like a month ago, I was trying to get some help with Calendly.
Well,
You need help with Calendly? What are you talking about, man? That's the most basic service to set up.
Have you guys? I switched my number too because I was getting too many calls from fucking people.
Yeah,
on
I've got a
YouTube,
call.
so
I
got
did
new
that a
number.
long
I've got
time
a
ago.
call service now.
I got a call
attached
service
to that
too.
other
Now they
number.
fucking go to my office. It says, "Hey, thank you for calling Bar Entertainment." It's fucking awesome.
I'm gonna text.
I created
you
Google Voice
on
back in
Facebook.
2018 when I started the company, and it's just a separate number. I don't even manage the number. I have someone on my team manage it. So
My number ends in bar. It's fucking awesome.
That is sick.
It's
That
like
is dope.
1-800-644-BAR. It's fucking lit.
I don't even know my own phone number. I just
nothing's
had to look
better
it
than
up.
monitoring my my Google Voice like business number and seeing like DJs text into it and Hannah's replying, being like, "Hey, sorry, this is Hannah from Fusion Sound Lighting. If you want to reach out to Rick, you got to DM him on Instagram or whatever."
Bro, I've been struggling. I don't keep up with my Instagram messages or Facebook messages very often.
It's
so
hard.
when fucking leads come through there, bro, they get so pissed because I don't answer. But it's not anything against them. It's just I forget. I don't check those messages.
I had a crazy one today. She inquired, scheduled a consultation, texted, and sent me a DM on Instagram. I was like, holy shit.
Damn, she's ready to book. Just send her a contract,
Right,
bro. Fuck
right.
that.
You need to send her this template.
Yeah, fucking send her a contract, bro. Automate some levels so they let her know it's fucking gotta expire soon,
You have approximately 12 hours to book.
bro. Yeah, my ideal lead fucking comes in through my website. They fucking sign up for their own Calendly app. It's fucking those are like the warm leads. I feel like
You see now,
not in wet and wire leads. Those are like I really gotta work for those. It's like I really gotta fucking put my soul into those.
you seen the polar opposite where you got Mojo, where literally all you can do is schedule a consultation. Like he doesn't have a number to text, no email to like get a hold of. Like literally, you go to his website, it's like schedule a consultation with me on my time.
Mojo is
Or not.
literally like prime ass event DJ in Beverly Hills, though.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
such another world of what he's doing.
I know. It's just like a polar opposite of what we're doing. It's
I
just
know.
crazy.
I'm literally
Yeah.
the scum of the earth. I am fucking tilapia compared to Mojo's lobster tail, whatever fish comparison is.
Anyways,
All right,
Yeah.
I feel stupid now. All right, well,
this was awesome. Bar, do you got anything else you want to tell the people?
No, everybody go follow my Barr Entertainment Instagram. Yes.
There you go.
Trying to
There's
get that at 5K by the end of the year.
Everyone should hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to our channel so we can hopefully get above
Oh.
500.
Rick, did you get that message from YouTube? They're going to be deleting subscribers this week.
Oh, boy. Yay.
I just fucking hit 70K and I'm already going to go back down.
Dude, I just hit 50K, so it's going to drop me down below 50 too. So
Oh, it's gonna be BS. Yeah, I just
I
got a
hope not.
message. I logged in today and I was like, hey, just a heads up, we're gonna be deleting spam subscribers this week.
whatever. I put little energy into the YouTube anymore, sadly.
Damn,
Stressful.
you're a former YouTuber.
Stressful. Eric, what do you got left? Anything to finish off the podcast?
I have nothing.
I got nothing.
Here's
Send
a
out
contract.
those
Here's a contract book now. All right, guys, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for joining in. One's in the chat, everyone. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We're doing this every 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks from now, we'll have a new guest, probably announced about the same timing as last time, literally the day before.
I am gonna miss Barr though. This is really nice.
We'll have to bring
I'll
Barr
say
back,
it
like,
again.
once.
Barr, you'll come back.
You'll come back.
because you
Yeah.
were really,
You guys
really
gotta
good.
fly me down there, man. I keep
Just
telling
literally
y'all,
just
y'all
have
don't
them
listen.
live right here.
Dude, I'm
Speaking of which,
broke, man.
200K a year. Can't afford to fly me down.
Bro,
$200
I
ticket.
can't
That's
be,
crazy.
I can't be buying stuff, man.
We'll talk about splitting it next time. Write it off on the business expense.
All right.
Right? You need those tax write-offs. I know both of you and Eric are always trying to
Shit.
find those loopholes.
Well, we both got the same accountant, so it works out.
We do. That we do.
We do, seriously.
He's gonna tell you, listen, if you fly Barr a couple times a year, it's gonna be great for your taxes.
Yeah.
We'll start a nonprofit for this fly out. All right, guys. Peace out. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I gotta hit the button over here again.
That's so awkward, bro.